Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys a whole lot for subscribing to my YouTube channel and for following me on all of my various social media handles platform. So I appreciate you all. If you are new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and hit on the bell to get an update whenever I upload a new video. My online classes for this month, registration is ongoing. So if you're interested, if you want to learn how to cut a corset, and then our intermediate class also, and then the beginners class, so you could drop a message for me on WhatsApp. So you could see the number just scrolling through the screen. That's my WhatsApp number. Just send me a message on WhatsApp and then I'll give you the details of how to register for the class and then the courses that are available. So let us just get started. Today I'm going to be doing a very quick one. This is a DIY video. It's really quick, short and fast. These are just some sewing and tricks. So today I'm going to be showing you how to add a waistband, an elastic and waistband. So you know this waistband that you have a band and then the side like this is going to have elastic. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do today. It's really simple, fast and quick. So I have my band already laid out, so I'm just trying to make it as fast as possible. So you cut your band the way you normally cut yours. So the band that I have here that I'm going to be using for this tutorial is about a 2 inches band. So that's what I'm going to use. And then you have your skirt already fixed. You make sure you fix your zipper first before you add this band. And then what we are going to be working on is the dart line. So the elastic is going to be running from this side and then it's going to be running from this side to this side, and then you have the band. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to be making use of this fat elastic. So this band, you could use it for a skirt, you could use it for a trouser also. So for this, I'm going to be cutting out two pieces of elastic. So I'm going to be cutting about 5 inches. For a waist of about 34, you could cut about 6 inches. And then for a waist that is less than 34, you could cut 5 inches. So what I have here, this waist that I have here is 33 inches. So I'm going to cut about 5.5 inches elastic. So I'm going to cut out 2 like this, and then I'll divide it into 2. So the next thing we're going now, just go back to the machine. Let's go and start. Okay guys, so welcome to our sewing machine. So I decided to normally you are supposed to make use of a matching waistband, but because of the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of a different colored fabric. So I'll show you how to stitch it so the colors will not camouflage, so it's going to be easy for you to see. So when stitching a skirt like this, so you make sure that you have already finished inserting your zipper before you start fixing this kind of band. So now I've opened up my skirt on the zipper side, so I'm going to fix the waistband right now. I'm going to show you how to do this now. In doing that, I'm going to start from this point. So this is the wrong side of my skirt, so I'm going to take my band like this now. This is the wrong side, this is the right side of my band. I'm going to take it like this, and then I'm going to place it here. So I'll leave a little bit out, maybe like 1 inch. So you make your band like 2 inches bigger than your regular waist measurement. So because this is the side where you are going to fix your hook when you are done. So I'm going to stitch now. This is the wrong side and then this is the right side. So I'm going to stitch it around first. So I'm just going to cut off the excess now from this side. I would cut it off. So you see what I have now. So I've fixed the band on this side. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to continue. So I just want you to watch and closely. So you know I told you we're going to be fixing our band between the dart lines. That's what we're going to do. This is the dart line, this is the back dart line, and then this is the front and dart line. So we're going to be fixing the elastic. We'll fix it in between this point. That's just on the side, on your side seam of your skirt. So I'll show you how to do that. Now the first thing you are going to do, now this one, you are going to take it like this from the back, and then you are going to close it up like this. Now so I've closed it up. I will open it like this, and then I'll bring it like this. So you see what I have now is inside. So here I want you to note what I'm going to do now. I'm going to stitch every part except the part where I'm going to be adding my elastic. So I'm going to take this point like this, I'll just tuck it in a little bit, and then I'm going to start stitching. I'll give it a clean stitch. Normally I would use a matching thread, but for the sake of this illustration, I'm not using a matching thread because I want you to see clearly what I'm doing. So I'll place it like this. So I folded a little bit, like 1/4 inch in. I folded it in. So I'm going to start stitching now like this. So I'll stitch it just close on the edge like this. So I've gotten to the dart line. Now this is my first and dart line. So I'm just going to come in a little bit. So I'm going to stop here now from my dart line on this part. Now I'm going to stop. So I could just still decide to bring it. So I will stop now. I'm just going to take I'll cut this out. So you see what I did? I came from this point to this point. So where I'm going to add the elastic, this is the dart line, the first dart line, and then this is the second and dart line. And you know my elastic, I'm going to pull. So I'm just going to come to this other dart line like this. I'm still going to fold, and then I'm going to start stitching. So you see this part now is open. That's where I'm going to add my elastic. So I'm just leaving it, and then I'll continue from this point now like this. So I'm going to stitch it now. This part, this is the part that is, this is like the front part of the skirt now. So that side that I left, that's the side of my skirt. So I'm going to stitch this part now. So I'm stitching it. So this is the second dart part. This is the second dart part, sorry. This is the second dart part. So I'm going to stitch it up to this point now. So you make sure you put it in properly. Make sure it is neat and straight. So I'll come in a little bit after that dart. So I've come in a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure everything is sitting and properly. So I'm going to stop now, and then I'll cut it out again like this. So you see, this is the front part of the skirt now. This is the front part of the skirt. And then I'm going to come to this part now. This part now, the elastic is going to be here, between here and here now. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to come to this part now. I'm going to leave this part, and then I'll stitch this part to this end. So the first thing now, I'm going to close up this part. That's the side. And then I would close up this part now, this point, from this point to this point now with my thread. So you make use of a matching thread. If you are using a fabric that is not stiff, I would advise you iron it out. Iron this edge inwards before you start. So you see, my band is almost done. So here's what we have. Okay, so we're going to start fixing the elastic now. So you are going to take the elastic like this, and then I'm going to place it inside. So you note, I'm placing it. Once I place it, the first thing I'm going to do now, from the dart line point, I'm going to do a double stitch. I'm going to run a double stitch on it like this. So I'll make sure that I top stitch it properly, so to secure it. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll pull it to this side. So I've not stitched, I'm going to pull it to this side also. I'll pull it, and then I'll secure it also on the other end part. So you see, You see what I have now? It's really simple and easy. So after that, I'm just going to come back to that line that I was stitching before, the band line, and then I'm going to stretch it out. You see me stretching it out, and then I'll fold this part in like this, and then run the stitch to join this part. So you see how beautiful it is looking on its own now. So once I get to this point, so I finish stitching it. So at this point, you are going to choose. You can decide to leave it like so. You see the band it has formed. You can decide to run another stitch here on the inside, but most times I really don't like it. I prefer just leaving it like this. So I'm going to do the same thing to this part right now, and then come back and show you the finished band. So you secure it on one side like this also. And then you stitch now to cover up your elastic inside. All right, so you see, so guys, so at the end of the day, this is your, okay, I'm just going to trim out my thread and everything. So at the end of the day, this is how you do your elastic side band. So what you are going to do once you are done, you are going to fix your what do you call this, your hook, sorry. You are going to fix your hook, and then you have the side of your skirt. So with this, it could go into any one without you worrying about your customers and waist measurement. So you make sure you trim out all of your thread to make it really neat. So once you are doing this, like I said, use your matching thread. So with that, all these lines, all of them, they won't be visible. So guys, I've now come to the end of this short DIY video illustration. So if you find it helpful, please do not hesitate to hit on the subscribe and button. Okay, rather hit on the like button if you have not subscribed. But if you have subscribed, hit on the like button to make me know you appreciate what I did with this video. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.